Welcome to our video question of the week. I'm Mary Mitchell, and I'm happy to introduce a 4-part series with Terry Wilson, Training Practice Manager, on upskilling and reskilling in the workforce. Our 4th episode focuses on assessing organizational skill needs for strategic planning and succession planning. Tell me more about how you identify those skills, because I'm sure there are different processes you can use.
Different processes, and it depends on at what level you want to look. It could be looking at the organizational level, it could be looking at an operational level, and it could be looking at an individual level. If you look at the organizational level, that can come from your strategic planning. Many times when organizations do strategic planning, they look at internally, what are our strengths and weaknesses? Externally, what are the opportunities and threats that we're facing? If you look internally, you might look at what are the strengths that we have with regard to the skills that we possess. Whereas weaknesses might be what skills do we not have across our organization that we're really going to need going forward, especially over a time frame of the next 5 to 10 years. If you look at an operational level, which is just a small sub-segment of the organization, maybe it's one department, you might look at a process map for that operation. What are the things that we do step by step, and what skills do we have or that we're going to need to do these steps in the future? The third level is to look at the individual level. What does each person currently possess in terms of skills, and what are they going to need to do their job in the future? So that's the different levels you use to determine what are we going to be looking for, what are we going to have going forward in the next 5, 10 years or so.
So much of this overlaps with processes that you would typically do for succession planning. Do you have a recommended process, or do you think you could do succession planning concurrently with when it comes to upskilling and reskilling?
Yes. As a matter of fact, it sort of goes hand in hand. When you're looking at the skill needs that you're going to need going forward, very often you'll be looking at what is the ramp up time for someone to be able to move from what they currently have to when they're going to have the skills we're going to need in the future. And very often that means you might have to have a 1, 2, 3 year plan and determine where are people in this timeline and what do we need to do to get them to where they need to be within this timeline. And so you might have somebody that I'm ready to go now, whereas I have some other people, it's going to take us a couple of years. But at least we know this is what we have in the works, and that's part of the plan. And then you can determine what resources do we need if we want to speed it up for some people to get them there faster. And you can do that at all levels. You can do that at the transactional level, frontline leader level, and the executive level as well.